Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Soul Purpose Leaders. Today, I have another guest, an amazing guest we have here today. But I want us to actually remind ourselves why we're doing these interviews. Why are we showcasing these amazing minds and amazing people that they want to show, or they've actually lived and experienced some hardship in life and wanting to share that to the world, because not to impress them, but actually to show them that this is the way forward for you, even though if you've gone through so much, but you can still have everything else you want in life. Now, today we have an amazing leader. Her name is Angeline Rajkumar. Angeline is a business growth mentor and also work as an operational manager for an after-school club. And she also a consultant in helping individuals set up their own after-school clubs. Angeline is a mother of four. She was born in Sri Lanka, brought up in England, Essex. She went to all girls school in Romford, got married at the age of 21. Angelina was divorced at the age of 27 as a result of domestic violence. And it was a messy ordeal. It was her darkest time in her life. She hit rock bottom. In 2016, Angelina went to Middlesex University to take BSc in psychology with criminology. She worked at the Enfield Magistrate Court as a witness and victim support, and was helping individuals who have gone through domestic violence, and that's where she started her journey as a coach. Angelina is certified as a counselor, coach, and in childcare, which allowed her to be with her children and help single parents who are struggling to find their own path. As a certified master life coach, practitioner in law of attraction, NLP coach, and hypnotherapist. Wow. Okay, before we dive through that, all of that, we're going to introduce this amazing leader. Hello, Angeline. How you doing?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I am so happy and I am so blessed to have you here today. So
Oh, thank
please,
you. I feel honored. Thank you
no,
for
we
having me.
we are most honored than you, because this is amazing to have such an amazing, powerful person like yourself who've done so much in her life.
Then I thought I was reading someone else's profile. It didn't feel like me. I didn't realize that. I know that it's just it's something that I just did it for myself and for my family. I didn't think. Yeah, it just felt weird when you're reading that.
Is it a good weird, or is it like, wow, is that me? A surprise one.
Yeah, wow, this that is that me? Yeah, because you don't really think about all these things until someone actually asks, because
That's very true.
you
Mm.
forget what you accomplished. Nothing, you haven't done much. You have to carry on, but once you stop and you think what you've done, yeah, wow, I've
So
done all that.
does that make you proud?
Yes, it does. It does. Of course it does. It makes me proud in a way that if I could do it, anyone could do it. And that's why I'm here to help, to show them. Yeah.
Very well, and I'm so blessed that you're here for that, because end of the day, I want to know is that you studied a lot and you're still doing it, and you are helping people in a different areas of their lives. Now, I would like to know is that what age did you say to yourself, I want better, I want more in my life?
When I got divorced from my ex-husband, and I had three children, and I had two children and a baby, and that's when I realized I had to have more. I can't be the way I am, because the domestic violence broke me inside within me, because I was made to believe that I couldn't do anything. I was made to believe that I was only good enough for one thing, that stay at home, look after the kids, be a doormat. I was told that because I was a woman with Asian background, that my life ends right there. So I thought, nope, that's not going to happen. That's not me. So, yeah.
I also would like to ask you is that the domestic violence started, it was before you married or within your marriage? What age or what time of the domestic violence started in your life?
The first day of my marriage when I was 21, on the same day of my marriage, I should say.
Same day of your marriage.
My wedding day.
That's supposed to be the happiest day of anyone's life, no?
Yep, that's what they say, but mine one wasn't. Mine one started with domestic violence.
Was that
Simply because I couldn't. It's simply because I couldn't do one thing that he wanted me to do, which I couldn't. I hope that you all women understand what that thing is, because I wasn't able to. And then, yeah, that's when it started.
and when it happened the first time,
Mm.
what were you thinking of, what was in your mind at that time?
I was thinking it was my fault. I thought it was my fault because I couldn't tell my mom and dad. I couldn't tell my little sister. She was only 15 at the time when I got married. I didn't have so-called friends, so I couldn't tell anything. And then he made me believe that it was my fault. And then I do me on the first day of my wedding. And then he was nice after that for a week or so. And then back to square one. And it's carried on for 7 years.
Wow. Now, you said that you got your divorce when your children and got a baby.
And
How
then
did the
I couldn't hear
divorce?
you.
I'm
I couldn't
saying
hear
that
you.
that's fine. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
So I'm asking is that, so 7 years of marriage and going through violence, domestic violence, what made the divorce talk, or what made the step of divorce coming through?
In 2006. No, actually, it wasn't. Yeah, it was 2006, April. I still remember it. I was about to get ready to go to work, and then he hit me with a hoover stick in my back because I didn't wash the dishes in the sink. So I said to myself, "That's it, I'm done." So I left him then, but then he kept on. I left him on that day to my mum's, and that's when my mum and dad realized what was going on. And then, but he kept on coming back and coming back and coming back. And at that time, I was pregnant with my third one, and he turned around and told me that it wasn't his. So I said,
Just like
"Well,
that.
whose is it then?" Yeah. I gave birth to her in August 2006. In November, my dad said that he wants to come and see you. So I said, fine. He turned up drunk to the house where I lived in Enfield. I felt bad, and I said to him that let me put the children to bed, and I will come and put your food on. And then I was carrying the little one. She was only a few months old. And then he hit me again with everything that he could find in the house because I was late putting the food on. I was carrying my child, and then I looked at her and I could hear the others crying, and that's when I took that step. And I said, you know what? You could hit me, you could punch me, you could do whatever, but this is my children. I had two girls at the time and a boy. And I did not want my children to grow up in that environment. I wanted my girls to be strong. I wanted my son to be a good father when he grows up. So I took that step.
So you
And ever
decided.
since that day, I never looked back. Yes, I decided. I just couldn't let my children go through that.
What was the process did you do or did you take to ensure that you are safe and your children are safe?
I rang my sister, I rang my mum, because what happened was, because I had them on a spill dial, so I rang them, and then in that time of space, my next door neighbor rang the police, and then the police came, and then they asked me one question. I still remember that question. He said, "Did he hit you?" And I said, "Yes, that's all he took." And then the police was so nice. They took my statement. They made sure that they took me back to my mum's to make sure that I was safe. And then because obviously after he got arrested and the trial and everything else, and he was still around, they made sure that they come and check on me. My mum and dad was there. My sister was there. So yeah. And then
So
after that, you go on.
you had a family support.
Yes. Yeah. But
And
even though they didn't want me to divorce, but they still supported me.
okay. And he went to jail.
No, he didn't go to jail. He got punished on a domestic violence, bodily harm, and he was given a community service. And I was told not to come near me or the children.
And did he follow that?
Nope, he didn't. He kept on coming to my mum and dad's. He kept on begging. He kept on saying that he was sorry. And at that, in that time, I went to university. That's when I went to university. And mum had the children. And then I said to my mum, the problem was between me and him, nothing to do with the kids. So the children could see their father, because technically he is their biological dad. And I don't want any child to go through without their father, as much as I wanted it. But he is their dad. So I kept on doing, but no, it didn't work out that way.
Did you worry about the way he would treat the children? Has he ever like had the children or do anything violence, anything
He
with the
never
children?
he never done anything to the children, but I do felt, and I do know, it's not that I felt, it's just that he had a different mindset to how a woman should be brought up to a man. So that's what he was doing to my daughter, my first one, Emily, and my son, because they were only 15 months apart. So what he was doing is to show my son that he is the authority. Therefore, no matter if he's an older sister or younger sister or whatever, she has to be a doormat to them.
And that was okay for you to let that happen to your children?
That's why I left everything. I was scared. I didn't have no qualification at the time. I only had my A levels, and I was doing my biochemistry, and then I had to stop that because of him. So I didn't have nothing under the belt. So I was scared. I was scared financially. I was scared. How am I going to feed my children? Where am I going to keep them? But my family, and then there were people out there that was very kind and very, so they helped me to go towards it. But no, I wasn't very happy in how his mindset worked between the girls and the boys, how they should be raised.
Now you came out of that relationship, you had your divorce, and you got your degree, and you are doing great. What made you to start thinking like, oh, I need to help other people. I need to be, because you worked as a counselor and you worked in a court and helping other people with domestic violence. Did you worry about your own safety, or did you worry about anything that's around you?
What do you mean worry about my safety?
Because most of the time when domestic violence and you're working with people, your own self, you went through it, did it come to in your head, like bring you back your old memories, or even other people, for what you are doing for others and everything?
Yes, it
Because
did every time. Even now I'm talking to you. it kind of stops me. You know, it's like, I know it happened 14 odd years ago, but it still hurts. It's still a part of me. And I think that's what made me stronger. That's
Mm.
what made me want to thrive. I didn't care if I was going to get into trouble by helping another woman. I would have given my life to save that woman, because I think that all women are, I'm not being sexist, or I've seen domestic violence in men and I've seen domestic violence in women, but I think the women suffers a little bit more than the men do, if that makes sense. And then because it is equally damaging, equally, it will be there forever. But the women that they, I don't know how to put it, but the women are a little bit more vulnerable than the men. So I wanted to help them. I wanted to tell them, you know what? Yes, this is a part of you. It's just a, what, little stone, one little stone in the ocean. Your whole life is an ocean. You know, just one ripple. Don't let that ripple ruin what you could do later on.
That's very true. And it's what you're doing is actually helping other women. Whoever's listening here today or watching this, it's actually going to open up maybe a space for them to say no more and to take action. And this is why we do share these stories, because we don't know who will be impacted. We don't know who it might help. We don't know who is going to take that further and actually live their lives for better. And this is why we do what we do. Now, Angeline, you also went to as a you did you are operational manager for After School Club.
Yes.
Now, and then you also became a consultant in helping individuals set up their own after school club. Tell us a bit more about that, please.
When I had the children, it was very hard to find a job. As a
Mm,
woman, as a single parent, it is hard without the support. Yes, mom and dad was there, but mom and dad was quite in their older time, and it was hard for them to tackle the kids. So I was in Tesco's one day. You know, I meet strange people, like wonderful people in Tesco's. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I was in there. Then she was talking about after school club, and I didn't know what after school club was at the time. So I asked her. I tapped on the shoulder, and I went, "Hi, my name is Angel. How are you? You know, so what is this after school club thing that you were talking about?" I said, "I'm so sorry. I wasn't listening to your conversation. It just, she probably think I'm stalking her or something." But and then she explained, and she said that after school club is where the children come from school until 6 o'clock, so the parents could go and work.
mm.
Which I thought, oh, I didn't know that. Why didn't I know about that? I would have done it ages ago, and I put the kids in after school club and gone to work. You know, see you later. I'll see you at 6 o'clock. But then that's how it started, and then I realized when I start working as a childcare practitioner, um, it was mostly single women that were seeking the after school club, because one, they need to go work. Two, they don't have the childcare or the facility or anyone to pick the child up at 3 o'clock. And then I see these very successful women that's doing this.
Mm.
And I was like, wow, you know, I want to be that. I want to be that person where I could help. And then yeah, and then I met my first manager. My, I call her mom because she's very she's a mom, you know. Margaret, her name is, and she's the one who inspired me to carry on. So here I am helping. So
That's
yeah.
amazing. That's really beautiful. And it's true for parents who don't know about after school club, it's like a heaven, actually. It has help, it's blessing in disguise. Really, it is. And I also wanted to ask you about business growth mentor. Where is that
Mhm.
came from? Was it within the after school club or childcare?
It was. It started off. I believe it's 2016, 15, 17, 16, so round about there. I wanted to open a after school club, so which I did. I was in as they say, a child in a candy shop. I was like, oh, look, I've got my own business. I could do this, Yes, I could do it. But the one thing that I didn't understand was that the work is needed, the background work that needed to succeed that business. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yes.
All I want to do is to open an after-school club and get money. Really, it's like, yes, I am rich now. I could do this, and so
I think
yeah, it was a bit stupid.
that's what everyone's dream, isn't it? Without
Yeah,
thinking that the deeper of business is
yeah,
actually the paperwork.
exactly. So I thought that, yay, I could do this. Little bit of knowledge. Yeah, Bob, your uncle, here I am, and then Ofsted turned up, and then they asked me all this question. I was just standing there giving it, what is that, But then when they told me, well, they were very nice because they knew that I was like a kid in a candy shop where I'm looking around thinking, yes, I could buy a big car, big house. I could take the children on holiday. I wasn't thinking about anything else. Yeah, that kind of fell through after that because on the basis they said that it's not because the way I run it, it's because the background knowledge is not there, like safeguarding, prevent duty, all them policies, all them knowledge wasn't there for me to successfully run a after school club. That broke me again. That's the second blow to my confidence, I shall say. So I came home. At that time, I met my second husband, and I was crying. I cried and cried, and I wouldn't get out of bed. And I thought, this is it. This is why I even blame God. Like, why? What did I do? I didn't do nothing. Why are you punishing me? You put me through all this domestic violence thing, and now this. I just need a single break. And I was crying, and then my husband, oh, bless him, I love him, I do. He turned around and said, why are you crying? You know what? He's here now, but if you listen, he's probably think, why are you saying all that to them? But he's got a very calm voice. He doesn't get angry. I never seen him get angry. I never seen him getting upset. I never seen him dwell on the past, if that makes sense. And so he got up and he said, why are you crying? Wipe that tears off. This is your lesson. Do something about it. And he walked away, and I just stood there going, he doesn't care. He doesn't love me. Men like men do, And then I realized, and then every day he would say something. Every day he would give me the inspiration to, you know what? Okay, fine. Second time. And then he said to me, go in the garden. I don't like spiders, yeah? I hate them with passion. So he said, go in the garden and watch how the spider will spin a web. You know what? This is like Karate Kid, wax off and wax on kind of scenario going on. I'm like, you want me to do what? He goes, go in the garden and then watch any spider web spin a web. I'm like, okay. And I sat there one day, and then I saw this massive spider doing it, but it broke. The first time the net broke, he went back again, did it again, it broke. He didn't give up. Not once did that spider give up. So I was like, Then I start learning. Then I thought, okay, the business, why did that? So I start thinking, why did my business fail? Why? What's the reason? There has to be a reason, right? I know it's a knowledge, but there's also something else. My confidence wasn't there. I wasn't able to speak the way I'm speaking right now. I wasn't able to articulate anything in a proper way. So I started learning about business. I started learning about mentoring. That's when I came into this life coach.
Okay.
It's a 6-star. And then everything was coming in, and I'm like, oh wow, this is what you gotta do. And then I did another course with Steve Hackney. It's about a formula, how they put this formula into marketing. And I thought, wow, this is amazing, Okay, fine. I said to God, I'm so sorry that I shouted at you, but hey ho, you have given me something to think about. And then my husband said, why don't you put everything together now? So you could become a business growth mentor and a coach. Why not do that? So here I am today as a business growth mentor.
Wow,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, you became that spider in a good way because you actually learned is resilient, and you learn courage, and you learn something that you can take away and say, it's okay. Whatever puts you down, all you need is just to look up and keep trying again and never give up. I love that because I see that you've done so much, and you trying to pull yourself up, and you showing that in your CV, in the way you're saying about your life history and everything that comes together as one is just remarkable. And this also, part of it, that women, when they're listening to your video or they're listening to you, to your story, and connecting with you because they resonate with who they are. Most of us, we have that, something that we went through, and we can hear it from another person, and we say, me too. I feel it. I feel you. I understand you. I'm with you. You know what I mean? And this is why you patting yourself on the back, you looking at yourself on the mirror and say, yes, I'm doing great. And I'm happy where I am right now because you built it from nothing. You did that.
Yes, sir.
So let's take a moment and just let that.
Wow. Wow. When you say confident, courage, and all that, and I also think that I had to learn it because I was told I wasn't good looking enough to be a coach because everyone's slim and that word sexy, and I said, I don't care. This is how I am, and this is what they're gonna get, and this is how it's going to be done. And then sometimes my
Exactly.
daughter, she's 20, and then she goes to me, Mum, just do something with your hair because I could see your grey hair, or just why do you do this? I'm sitting there picking out on my ice cream, like you do. And I said, you know what, Emily, I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy with how I look. I'm happy with the size I am. Yes, I might not be the supermodel, sexy looking coaches that you see, on the TV and stuff. No, I'm not me. That's not me. This is real. It comes from the heart. It's just all rice and chicken. Yeah.
That's a good one.
I had
Oh,
to
rice
learn.
and chicken, yeah.
Oh, I love my rice and chicken, but yeah. Yeah, I said to, like I said to the other lady that I coach, and she's on a bigger size, and she always tells me, oh, I'm fat. And I said, why did you say that? She says, this is nothing. This is just material. What's inside is
Yes.
the one that's going to show you who you are. You're beautiful because it comes from within, you
Exactly.
know?
And that's the whole of that. People don't realize when we say beauty, or when we say you look amazing, or you're beautiful, you're just the way you are. They don't understand it, because if another person don't see it, or if other people don't say it, that means I don't have it, or I am not that person. But actually, okay, I'm not gonna talk about this because this is about you. So you tell us, okay, how did you actually start telling yourself, I am good enough, I am beautiful, I am supposed to be happy in my life?
I think it's because when my children start growing up, because at the moment, as you know, that I've got 4 little ones. Well, I call them little ones, but they're not little anymore. One of them is. I've got 3 girls and a boy.
Mm.
And then it's just the third one that said something to me once. I think she must have been about 6, 7. She said, Mum, she was she was standing in the mirror, on a profile way, and she was sucking it in, putting that, sucking it in. And so, what are you doing? And then she goes, Mum, I've got a pot belly. I've got a belly. I said, okay, everyone's got a belly, sweetie. Why are you going with this? She goes, oh no, I need to go on a diet. This is a 7-year-old telling me that she wants to go on a diet, yeah?
How old?
7.
Oh my.
I said, okay, so how do you know about the word diet? She goes, oh, all the girls in the school was talking about it, and then they said that we have to be in a certain way and a certain form, and she was doing all these little, like, I was like, wait, hold on, stop. You're 7. Talk to me as a 7-year-old. Don't do all this. Oh, yeah, oh, no, I don't do that. So I sat her down and I was like talking to her, and then she said, my mum, but you're beautiful. I want to be beautiful. And I said, but you are beautiful, sweetie. And that's when I realized that I have to be a mentor for my children before I could be a mentor to anyone else. I am the role model for my children before I could be to anyone else. Then ever since that day, me and her will stand there in front of the mirror and go, you know what, I am beautiful, I am good looking, I am this and I am that. And then and the more we said it, the more it got to her. But sometimes even now she will say something and I just look at her and go, you know what, don't even start that, because I'm going to be standing in the mirror for the rest of the month doing it. But yeah, I think it's because I did everything that I did because of my children.
And that's where the courage comes along. That's where the most important of resilience, the encouragement that you've got for yourself, but also for your children. When you look at your children, it's like, yes, you can. It's like that word is like, I have to do this for my children, but actually is within you that tells you, yes, you can. And yes, it's available. And yes, it's possibility. So this is why, oh my goodness, this is why I love doing what I'm doing, because end of the day, we all learn. Some of us are parents, some of us are not parents, and that happens. That's life. But end of the day, when we do have children, we have to be role model for them. We don't think like, oh, no. Beyonce and or the other people that are outside can be the role model for our children. That's where we go wrong, because they not really show the authentic of what is real life is. And this is why I'm saying here today, because as a parent, you living with that child 24 hours, you actually know what the child is going through. And for you, paying attention to your child and seeing what happened and asking the right questions rather than just telling her off, you just say to her, no, explain it to me, what is happening. And that takes courage to do that, because most parents will be like, don't do that again, without explanation, without even listening.
I think it's because the reason the way I am with my children is because of my mum and dad. Because my mum and dad, the word that you use is old school, you know, and they don't like any of these things. They don't like anything. They don't understand that a child could have a mental issue or a child could go through depression or things like that, because they never heard of it. So to them, they don't exist. And when I really learned about all these mental issues and everything else, obviously you learn about children and all that. So what I did was that even though there was a boundary that I am your mum, so you do not cross that boundary, but yet there's another little level before that boundary where you could tell me anything you want. I would not judge you. Because when you judge someone, that's when everything goes wrong. Because you're not the higher power to judge anyone. Yes, you might not like that person because that person is doing something, but that doesn't mean that you got the right to judge. Never judge. You need to always think there is always good in everyone. That came from when I was interviewing a rapist when I was doing this psychology course, because it obviously is with criminology. The more I talked to him, the more I understood why he did it. The more I wanted to help him understand why this is wrong. Does that make sense? So I'm not the person to judge. But when you learn NLP, you learn that within 6 seconds of meeting someone, you already judged them. You already done that in your unconsciously done it.
Yeah, because it's all prediction. It's all looking at the
It's
person
human
and
nature.
making your own assumption of
Yeah,
what the
that,
person
but
is going to say or what the person is going to act. And that's what it is.
it's like you already made a judgment in your head already without you knowing it.
Yes.
But then when you're talking to someone and you think, I don't like that person. If you don't like that person, don't talk to that person. Don't judge them. Easy as that.
Exactly. And for the children to know that and to have that room of growth and understanding that there is a difference of a person that you might get along and the person you might not get along. But that doesn't mean for you to actually put them or push them or bully them because you don't like them. But you can actually appreciate them and let them go free. Because it is free country and it's a free world for you to be happy, but that person to be happy too. And I love that in a way to explain it because this is the reality of life. But then it's us human beings, we want to control too many things and we want to control other people. And this is where we go wrong. Now, tell us where actually can we find you? Where do you like to hang around?
At home.
Well, you can't give us your address. So what other place?
Oh, in my office. This is you can find me in LinkedIn under Angeline Shamon, not my Rajkumar, it's Shamon. You can find me in my I've got my phone, my work phone. I could give it to you if you want it. Then they could find me there. And I haven't got a web.
If you want to, then you can say the number. That's fine. And also, I will put on that thing.
It's 077-33-281-960. You can ring me anytime, as long as I'm not having a little bit of fun, or I'm sleeping. I will answer it and I will talk to you. There is no time, so you can ring me. So I'm not very fussed about you ringing me 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, oh no. I will talk to you. Unless I can't, obviously I'll make an appointment. And I don't have a website or anything like that because I don't believe in that yet, but it will come. It is coming. So LinkedIn is the best thing. The Facebook is on the process. So I will pass on that information once that's up and running. That's about it.
Fine. That's fine. That's amazing. Thank you. And also, I want to ask you, if today was your last day, this is just theoretical, and but I want to ask you is that if you have a message to the world, what would that message be?
What would that message be? I want them to try, never give up. I want them to smile, and I want them to be non-judgmental and kinder. And please be kind to yourself. If you want to help, if you want to be radiant, if you want to be successful in something that you do, you need to love yourself. So please, love yourself. Please be happy. Keep on smiling. Smiling is, my grandma used to say, always smile. And tears never solve anything. Just give you a headache.
That's a true message. That's a really amazing message and very encouraging message to everyone and inspiring as well. I just want to say thank you for today. And I also want to ask you, would you be willing to come back again in this show?
Oh, yes, I love to. I love to do that.
That's amazing. So for everybody else who's listening or watching, yes, she's going to be back hopefully soon. And I cannot wait. And would you like to share one last thing before we close for today?
One last thing, no matter who you are, man, woman, all you have to do is keep on trying. Failure is a path to success. Never give up. Once you fail, don't think that you will fail again. Get up, brush that off of your back, carry on, because there is always a door opening when you fail. Just have to grab
Yes.
that.
I love that. That's really amazing. And thank you so much. Never give up, never surrender. You got this. And you will get what you want end of the day. Just keep going. And
Yep.
thank you so much, Angeline. You are amazing. And
Well,
I
thank
can't
you.
wait to have you back.
I can't wait to come back.
Have a lovely evening, day for
Bye.
everybody
Thank
else, or night.
you. Bye. Good
Take
night.
care.
God bless.
Bye bye.
Bye.